Hello. Let me just adjust the sound. Hello and welcome to this cosmic meditation, this live event where we meet to connect with the frequencies of ascension on Earth. It's an invitation for us to tune in a collective field, to through the guidance of my voice to dive inwards, accessing the individual universe and connect with the collective process. So it's a frequency dive, and it's also an inwards dive where we will connect with different parts of ourselves, investigating different corners of our soul to process it first in an individual level, then in a collective level. If there is if you need to let me know about sound problem, if anything's not right, please write me on the chat. And we start this meditation in a sitting position. I will tell a little bit about the frequencies and energies of this moment. And then we will start the meditation itself, adjusting the posture, connecting and deepening the breath. And then I will start the guidance of this journey of today's meditation itself. And at a certain point, I will let you know that from now on, when you feel, we can just lay down. And when you feel to lay down, please do it with your belly up in Shavasana. So belly up, arms along the body with the legs parallel and a little bit open. And really focusing to have your body in an open posture for these frequencies to flow. And this meditation, I will focus in this equinox that it's coming now this week. So this transition from a summer inner state to an autumn inner state. So this is for those that are in the North Hemisphere. So if by any chance you are listening to this meditation now and you are not entering, if you are in the South Hemisphere and you are entering spring, I just put a link in the comments of another guided meditation that I have for welcoming the spring inside of us, because now it's really for us to tune with this season and astrological wave. So we will tune with this fall, we will tune with this movement of starting to go inwards, of transition between this openness of the summer to the preparation of the inner season of winter. So the fall as what we let go, how we prepare ourselves, what we need to store in our inner nest for this winter. So acknowledging this transition and potentializing it through our soul's process, what you have lived in the summer and what you are in a soul level preparing to live through this fall and through this winter. So that's the focus of today's meditation. But also important to say that this is also something that it's not a specific of the season. So if you feel that if you are not doing this meditation live with me now, if you are listening to it at any other moment, and you feel a need to bring your focus to your inner world, to acknowledge what you have accomplished, what you have done, to look back for this, for a project or a moment of your life that it's closing, and you need this preparation to do your checking of how was this period, this project, this thing in your life. So this also can be unfold this meditation for any situation when you feel that you are closing this cycle of expansion and you need some revision. You need to look back to check what was worthy, what worked, how are you with the energy, that how you managed your energy. So it's this moment of really analyzing, looking back, and checking where you've been and where you want to go. So this can be put in many other moments of our life. And this is what the season now is inviting us. But there is also this beyond time perspective that we can access through the codes that will be brought here. So, and just for you to know, through the middle of the meditation, sometimes I like to close the camera, just like this. So then I can have a little bit more of privacy here without being talking with the camera, but just allowing my voice, and then I can access a deeper connection. So you notice that sometimes my image is not there, but I hope that actually you don't notice it because you have your eyes closed and you are not watching the image. But that's the intention, that I will have my voice here that will be the guide of this journey, that sometimes my image won't be there. And what it's important to say, if it's the first time that you are meditating with me, is that this meditation, I never know exactly how it will be. I have the intention, but how it will unfold each time, it's completely new. And the information that I work with, it's already the product of the collective field of everybody that is here live now with me and that will join in future. So it's this field, beyond time field, that creates the information that will guide me. So the cosmic meditation, it's a completely intuitive and authentic process in the way that it will happen through the presence of those that are here connected. And if there is anything that I say that do not resonate with you, just let it pass. Like I invite you to have each guidance that I bring as an invitation that you can accept or not. So that I invite you to have this posture of an inner child that is in this adventure, going through to do something new, to have a new experience. And then if something does not sound right, you can skip this part and wait for the next guidance that touches you. So really be with your body, with your own discernment. You are the co-pilot of this journey. And another thing important to say is that here is not a space that I expect you to have an empty mind. No, I expect you to have presence. So we will work through our posture and our breath. And I invite you to have my voice as this guide. And my voice will invite you through visualizations. So then, for example, I will invite you to visualize a tree. And then each one is going to see a different tree connected with your inner imagetic gallery. So you will be present with me, co-creating these images and bringing your subtleness to each image, to each step of the way. So it's not for you to be empty, it's for you to be present and relaxed, and allowing my voice to guide you as you, with your imagetic gallery, you create your own details and specificities of this visual journey. And also, if the images, they are not so clear to you, because we meditate in guided meditations with different codes. So you can try to picture, to imagine the smells that are in this situation, or the textures. You can try to bring other codes. If, like, for example, imagining an animal, if this for you it's not an easy language, you can, how it would be to feel this animal approaching you, and then you can do the journey through the feeling, or through the smells, or through the textures. So any language that it's best for you, you are completely free to, in your inner process, to adapt it, to bring the elements that touches you more. I really invite you to have water and tea around. I have putting mine here. And also maybe some toilet paper, because if you feel to cry, if there is any emotion that needs to be expressed, then you don't need to stop and go for it. So if you can have like some water, some toilet paper, so just to be easier to be still here. The meditation takes around 1 hour, but my experience is that people do not realize that there is 1 hour. We enter the flight, and it's, as I said in the beginning, it is a frequential flight. So when we finish, take your time to land, take your time to go to your next activity, because we will really enter a new frequency, a higher frequency, and then usually we have some time until we can be fully back into the present moment, to the body. So take your time and take care of this transition when we finish. Okay? Let me check if everything is working. Yes. Very nice. So yes, my dears, we are closing a very unusual summer. No, for I am in the South Hemisphere, but I am connected with many of you that are in the North Hemisphere. So, and my information also coming from this intuitive field. So summer, it's the season where we go out, where we manifest our creative being, our authentic being, our celebrations, our partings, our going outside and sharing and communing. So all this collective energy of festivity, of blossoming our light to the outer world. And this summer, for many of you, it was very different, because this year we have the pandemics. So we need to avoid to be a lot of people together. A lot of people are afraid of the virus, or they are not afraid, but there is not everywhere that people can go. So, and all the theories and the possibilities of what is really going on. So this summer also, because we have 5 planets retrograde that are really inviting us to our inner world and to do revisions in our inner values and structure of what is important for us to feel safe, to feel in control, but in a control not in, I should say, centered, not in control, because control is an illusion, no? But being centered, being able to move with the flow, to, oh, now it's happening this, and I can find myself in the midst of it. So this being centered. And this summer was very unusual. So we have the feeling that we cannot do everything that we want. We cannot be anywhere that we want. There is prohibitions. There is law enforcement. So there is many layers that this summer, just a second, please. There, in many ways, this summer was not the normal summer of full thriving blossoming. It was with a lot of other energies around, and that's what is happening now. So we will start the movement of the fall, of going inwards, with all these planets retrogrades. It's really like, what have you been doing these last months with your light? How have you been sharing yourself? Now that we have certain limitations, but the call of the season was for you to shine, to share, to state. No, you go to the outer world and you do your statement by the way that you are, by the way that you manifest yourself. So summer is the moment where you show the harvest. This is what I am. That's the flower that I'm here to blossom. but this summer was a little bit specific. And now when we start this movement of the autumn, that temperature starts to go down, day starts to get shorter, night starts to get longer. So then we have more time to be with ourselves, to be with our inner world. And this summer, with all these political, social, healthy issues, you were invited to define where you stand. What's your opinion? What's your value? What you really believe? Until where do you believe in the state? Until where you believe in science? Until where you believe in the media? And so all of our world positions were questioned these last months. So you had the chance to really show this flower that you are. And this flower here, as I'm talking about your principles, your values, your moral, what for you is important, what do you stand for. So the summer invited you to state this that you are to the world. And now it's the moment to look back and to make this review of where do I really stand? What is really real for me? It's a time of re-observing. It was really this. Am I sure? It's a time where we can question this true, we can question these statements, because some leaves will need to fall. So which leaves of this that you put out, that actually this was not quite it? Or yes, it was like this, but then I learned something different, I learned something new, so this leaf can now fall because I have a new sprout coming of something that is more genuine, more truth for me. So it's a little about this moment of reflection of everything that I showed to the world, what is really me, what needs some revision, what needs some more time to be processed. And it's a time of taking everything that we've put out and put it in and have this moment of seeing. So these I will keep, these I will let go, these still needs some more care. So this season where we are preparing for this completely inner nesting. So it's a time also of provision, what is important for you to feel safe, for you to feel comfortable, for you to feel cozy. So now it's the time that we will think in creating the right environment for this winter. And here I'm talking about the soul's perspective. So it's not about chopping wood or drying wood for the warmth or the coldness of the winter, but it's winter as being this season where we will really be in our cave with ourselves. And what's the provisions that I need, what I need to take the best of this moment, to really be okay with myself in this inquiry of my new winter, of this new cycle of letting go, of hibernation, no, connecting with the bear that do the hibernation, that you go and you stay really with yourself. So this is a little bit the energies that are here. We are being invited to check where we stand, what's really our opinion, our perspective, and what we've been putting out into the world. And now it's a time for us to check it again if this is really it, allowing ourselves to make some adjustments, to make some changes. Because the beauty of we connecting with the seasons and connecting with the signs and the sun and the moon is that we allow ourselves to be more cyclic, and we allow ourselves to change. So maybe something that was a completely true for you in the beginning of the summer, with the going of the months, you realize that, oh, that's maybe not so much like this. I can rethink it. I can have a new statement on this point. So it's very important that we allow ourselves to change opinion, to change perspective, to learn more, to understand the perspective of others. No, because everybody is trying to protect what for them it's important. And there is no less truth in everyone's truth. No? So it's important that we have in space inside to accept the differences that are huge, that we are really, really, really different. And what can we learn from this different? What all these movements and voices are inviting me to review? It's that anything that it's time for me maybe to take a second look. So these are the energies that I invite you to connect, allowing you to change opinions, to review statements, to review things that were super solid of your idea of who you are, because also summer is this, that you shine your idea of self, and then you had a reaction of how the environment, the people reacted to it. And then you can say, maybe this is something that I was forcing, that is not me anymore, that it was not so natural. Maybe in that type of circumstances I lose a little bit of my authenticity. I am more complying to the social dynamics present. So this moment of really digesting this exposure, everything that you put out, everything that you said, that you state, that you manifested into the outer world, now it's the time to review it. And more you have space to really review it, to really see that, oh, maybe this is not like this anymore. So this is the beauty of doing this process of autumn, when you really pick the leaves that you are ready to let go one by one. And what will be, stay, it's just the branches, it's just the trunk. All the leaves with time will fall. You will need to let go. But now it's the moment of doing this. This leaf, I'll look to it now. This one, now that this I can already let go. So that's the image that I feel to bring as an opening for this meditation of today. And now we are already preparing ourselves to really start the meditation. So now it's the moment that I really invite you to turn off WhatsApp and phone, put it in the silent mode, and tell people around that you will be 1 hour in a inner process, because it's really important that you can surrender, that you can relax into this frequency bubble that we are creating here. So if you need to adjust anything, to take some water, to take some pillows, some blankets, now it's the time. I will give you 1 minute for us to have last preparations. Okay? So now I invite you to sit in a way that you can feel your sitting bones. Here, if you are sitting with your legs crossed, check if you can relax your legs. So if your legs are like this and there is contraction in your pelvis to hold your legs, your knees, you can maybe put some cushions beneath your knees if you cannot really relax the legs. Otherwise, your pelvic floor will be contracted. And if it's hard for you to relax, just sit in a chair. To meditate, if you don't have this openness in the leg, it's much better than to sit in a chair and then put your feet parallel and in the floor, feeling this grounding. And if you're sitting with your legs crossed, really check if your knees are relaxed, if they are feeling supported by the floor or by the cushions. And then you can close your eyes and really go into your pelvic floor with your intention and attention to check if your muscles are relaxed, if your pelvic floor is relaxed, your thighs, your knees, or your leg. And then try to feel the sitting bones. Maybe you can move and adjust the bump muscles for you to really feel these two poles holding this posture. And then you find where it comes the coccyx, the last vertebra of your spine. And then try to point your coccyx like to the inside and down. So you bring your coccyx a little bit to the inside. Like you bring it like this. Though you are with eyes closed, you are not seeing. Just bring it. And then you will see that it calls for a whole alignment of your spine when you tuck your bump in, and then you can feel that you have a little contraction in your abdomen that is holding the spine. So your legs are relaxed and you have this little contraction that is supporting and holding your spine, that is coming from the coccyx. And then just bring your breath to your coccyx, deepening the breath and breathing through the nose. And going with the breath into the vertebrae, feeling this alignment of your spine until your head. Checking also this last vertebra close to your head. They're supporting your cranium, so check if it's relaxed, your neck and these muscles that holds your head. And your shoulders, your shoulder blades, you can put them more to the back and down, opening your chest, relaxing the shoulders, creating more space in between your shoulders and ears. And just take some moment to arrive in this position. Connecting with your breath through the nose. And when you inhale, Have a moment in your inhale to look back these last 3 months. How was like your summer? When you started it in June, where you were at? So then each inhale you are acknowledging one part of your summer, of the steps you took during these last 3 months. And maybe if you are doing this meditation in another time, can also be about this some project or some phase of your life that you feel that it's closing. It's a moment of closure. So take these minutes to be with yourself, looking back to your life. What was me? How was me? Who was I in this? What I was showing to the world through my choices, where I choose to be and not be. Different stages that you've been through. Each inhale, bringing back some part of yours, of this project, of this phase of your life, of this summer. And deepening your breath, allowing each cycle to get longer, expanding the amount of air that you are fulfilling in your lungs, filling up your lungs. Projects that you committed, ideas that you committed, movements that you committed, that you engaged. You can really feel all your abdomen swallowed by each breath, really feeling the air, filling up all the corners of your lungs and organs, bringing these images, these situations. Taking this moment to really look back with time and attention, to honor that something will close, It's an end of a cycle. It's the end of a season. It's the end of some inner season. Places that you've been, people that you met, and connecting these invitations with your breath, knowing then you are also telling your body, you are having the moment to internalize all these movements, to internalize everything you've been through. So enjoy this looking back, observing yourself. Was there any change in your life, any substantial change in these last months? Acknowledging where you dedicated your energy, where you choose to invest your presence, your commitment, your time. Keeping your breath deep and long through the nose. Keeping your chest open, your shoulder relaxed. For all these experiences to be imprinted in your body through your breath, the acknowledgement of them all. And now let's start to focus in the out breath. So for now, just observing the timing of your breath cycle and trying to have the exhale a little longer than the inhale. You can count the times of your in-breath and then count the out-breath and put one number more or two numbers more. If you breathe in 3 tempos in 3 times, you can breathe out in 4 or 5. If you breathe in 5 times, try to breathe out in 7. And from now on, you can choose when to lay down. And when you do lay down, please lay down with your belly up and your body open and relaxed for the energies to flow through it. And then just take this moment to notice how are you after this focused breath. To come back to a normal breath, a new normal where your breath is longer naturally, deeper and relaxed. And now I invite you to imagine a beautiful landscape. Whatever beautiful landscape brings for you, just take some time to project what is a really astonishing, beautiful landscape for you. Which elements of nature are present? Which sounds are present? What smells and physical sensations are present when you are in this place? And now connect with a very beautiful tree that is there calling you in this landscape. And walk towards it. Slowly, you are walking with your bare foot, like a Buddha walking, each step feeling the ground beneath you. In each step, being aware of the temperature, the sounds, And then you are face to face to this tree, beautiful tree. And you can rest on it. Find a comfortable spot in its roots, in its trunk. And sit in this tree in a way that you feel embraced by it. And as you are relaxing with this tree, you allow yourself to feel her spirit, to feel her frequency. And then connecting with the physical structure and strength of this tree. Take some time to acknowledge how has been you treating your physical body. How have you been treating your sleep, your free time, your resting time, your eating time? It's normal that when we are in the summer, when our soul is in this process of flourishing out, that we can tend to take less care of what we are eating, how we are eating, the quality of our meal time, the presence and attention to our food. We are what we eat, but as well, we are how we eat. The speed that we chew, the speed that we take to eat, and then you can tune into your body, and as your body being the trunk of this tree, allow your body to communicate if it needs any adjustment in the way you've been taking care of your body, of your nourishment. Just observing, allowing your body to speak with you through this connection with this beautiful, strong tree. opening space for your cells to communicate with you, for your organs to communicate with you. And now it's the time to check if your body needs some new commitment of yours in regards to the way you've been nourishing yourself lately. And that's the time where you open yourself to see and to check and to do this inner commitment that with this change of season, I hear my body and I do new agreements in the way I eat, in the way I sleep, I rest, I do my self practices, I do body activities. And take a deep breath in and breathe out through your mouth. With a sound of relaxation, of letting go. Another deep breath in and breathe out through your mouth. And the last time, a deep breath in and breathe out. And now start to connect and tune with the roots of this tree. Feeling them, how they spread, how deep they go, how wide they go. And tuning the sensations of your legs with these roots. as you could feel these large and deep roots present in your legs. And here we want to investigate what this season showed you about what do you stand for. Your values were really questioned by the surroundings. What have you learned about what is really important for you? What do you stand for? Connecting with your breath, and at each breath, realizing something, one thing that you know that it's a strong value, a strong belief, a strong purpose that vibrates in your roots, in your legs. What do you stand for? Breathing deeply into your body, each one of these realizations of these parts of you that are so important. And relax and just feel each one of these information reverberating on your legs, in your legs, in the bones of your legs and feet. And you are feeling this tree, feeling its roots in your legs and feet, feeling your body structure and needs to be in a perfect alignment. Your abdomen connecting with the trunk of this tree. And now we connect with the branches. And here in your body, you connect with your head and with your arms. And in these branches, I will start inviting you to acknowledge what this season showed you about your worldview, how you perceive the world today, and how you choose to grow in this world, in which direction, how you positionate yourself into this world, into this environment. Then you can breathe in which one of these branches. And each one of these branches, it's one part of this world view of yours. That it's where what you stand for meets the world's reality, the world's current situation. How you choose to react to it, act on it. These last months showed us a lot of the current collective mind, of the belief systems of our society, of our government, of our health system, social systems. How have you chosen to be yourself in this current world? How have you chosen to be yourself in this current world? Breathing deeply, each one of these branches, each one of it representing the choice of action, of positioning, of direction. You can check situations with your friends, with your community, how you have positioned yourself, how you expressed your branches. And with this clarity of your positioning, your choices, how you choose to manifest and position yourself in the world, I invite you now to breathe through your hands. So you will breathe in through your left hand and arm, and you will breathe out through your right hand and arm. And then you are in your left arm and hand. It's the process of realizing the reality and the world we live in. And then it is processed in our heart. And then the way we choose to manifest and to act and to position ourselves is the breath out through your right arm and hands. And we will do this breath for some minutes. So you acknowledge the information and the reality the world shows you, and you breathe it in your left hand. It meets your values, what you stand for, your soul's nature in your heart. And then the breath out, you can feel this flow of energy leaving your body and being given to the world. That's what I choose to emanate. That is what I choose to send out. Breathing in through your left hand, feeling the energy of the world entering through your left hand. And breathing out with the intention of sending your information, your frequency through your right hand. And now relax this breath and just be with all the energy that is flowing through your body and exchange it with the tree. You two are one. And feeling this tree and the codes being printed on it, on its roots, on its trunk, on its branches. And now it's the moment where we start to close this cycle. We are aware that this inner season will change. And now it's time to go inwards with everything you learned of the world and of your external actions and choices. And it's time to bring everything to your inner universe, for you to do your own self-revision. And there was choices or perspectives or point of view that you are ready to question, to review, to have a second thought about. And then you can place it into the leaves of this tree. And then allowing some leaves to start to fall. So places where you are putting energy that the cycle has finished. So you can let that leaf go, that part of yours go. It has completed its cycle. What are the cycles that are closing with this end of season in your life, in your inner universe? Which are the leaves that are ready to fall? And the leaves being things where you place your energy, where you choose to be, statements that you choose to manifest, to say. And some of them are ready to fall. They have closed their cycle. And actually it can be a much bigger cycle of years that you are closing. So maybe it's the entire branch of dedication that were present. And now this branch is ready to get dry and to just fall apart. There is no need of putting energy into this branch anymore. Recognize which branch it is and do this inner ritual of honoring all the dedication of energy and removing yourself from it, allowing it to dry. And then again, come back to your body, feeling the tree in your body, feeling this movement of taking the energy from the leaves and branches inwards, of bringing your attention and energy back to your inner world, to your inner process of development, of being a student of life on earth. Doing this inner ritual of closure, of transition, preparing your inner cycle to the fall, acknowledging the change of inner rhythm, of an energy available, what your tree is asking you in this inner universe, for where to draw your attention towards. And it is with this inquiry that we will close our journey today. For this transition to have its own timing of happening, to be a real slow transition of withdrawing energy and focus. So I invite you to really slowly start to move your hands and your arms as if you could feel that you are this tree and that you are withdrawing your arms, so maybe bringing them to hug you, to do some smooth movements of acknowledging it and bringing it to touch the body, to be back with the body, with the inner universe. Transitioning your presence completely to your physical body, feeling the tree on it, feeling the roots on your feet, your legs, the trunk of it from your pelvic floor to your neck, and the branches in your arms and head. And feeling in a cellular level this transition of season. The inner autumn is coming. The fall is coming. Moving your toes gently, starting with smooth movements through your body. For us to do this transition, to start closing this journey, landing back. And find your way to come back to a sitting position, maybe passing through some child's pose or laying down to your right for a little bit. Tune with your body and find your way to really gently transition to a sitting position, keeping your eyes closed. Keeping the presence of the tree in each cell of your body. And reaching this sitting posture where you can feel again your sitting bones, the alignment of your spine and your head. feeling the presence of the tree and keeping it present with you as we finish. The icon of the tree will ground you in this transition. The awareness of the roots of what you stand for, what needs revision, what branches are ready to dry. Allow these inquiries to be present as the day goes, as the week goes. Allow these reflections to be present. It's a gradual transition. And we bring our hands in our heart. And check if there is gratitude for this cycle that it's closing. What can you be grateful for? Honoring it, acknowledging it, the impact of it in your life. Bowing yourself to everything that has happened, to all the choices that you made, for all the steps you gave to be here and now. Shall this transition invite us to reveal what is ready to be revealed, for us to have at each season more awareness of our inner truth, our inner values, and that we find this coherence of expressing ourselves through these values, through this worldview of what it's for us important to manifest. Shall this fall invite us to nourish our bodies, to nourish our inner libraries. And so we finish this cosmic meditation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for being here, for connecting with these frequencies, with this approach. And if you enjoyed this flight, please give your like to the video, share with those that might resonate with this invitation. If you want to receive the notifications of other lives and other contents that I publish here, please subscribe to my channel. And this meditation, now with this new season, we will change the date and time of it. So we will start to have it on Mondays at 8 o'clock in the evening. So we will start our week, our first night of the week on Monday, having our online meeting on each other week. At 8 p.m. we'll have the cosmic meditation here live on YouTube. So you can subscribe to the channel and you will receive the notifications of the next lives, and then you can click on them and set the reminder. Okay? And if you had some insight, if you learned something, if there is anything moving in you right now, I would love if you shared with me in the comments. It's always nourishing to receive the feedback of those that choose to be here with me. So the next time we will meet here, let me check the calendar, just a second. It will be Monday the 28th. So that's our next meeting here live on YouTube. It's an honor and a pleasure to hold this space, to be the pilot of the cosmic portal, for us to sail this wave of ascension. Have a beautiful week, have a beautiful transition, and a beautiful autumn. Loads of love.